Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of Programming and Algorithms. In this episode we're going to look at a special kind of variable. It's actually a collection of variables, an advanced data structure called an array. And an array is a collection of variables, all that have the same name but have a different number, so they're indexed rather than having different variable names. So we declare an array as follows. Let's say it's an array of people's ages. If we want to start off with everybody's age being 0, we can say 0 for x in range 8, if we're trying to declare an array of size 8. So if we save it and run it, we get the array declared. So now if I print out age, I will get an array 8 units long, each one being 0. If I want to populate age with actual values, I can do it quite simply by typing them in, and this would be the more normal way of instantiating or creating an array. In some programming languages, you start them off as being 0 filled. In others, it's more common to have values in them. In Python, definitely, it's more common to have values. So if we save and run this guy and print age, we'll see that the array has the values we specified. Now we can also print individual elements of the array. So in an array, the numbers are indexed. The elements of the array are indexed 0 to the length of the array minus 1. So if it's 8 digits, then the array values are numbered 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We want the first element, it's 0. We print out age 0, it's 44. We can print out age 1. 23. If I want to print out the last element of the array, it's age 7, which is 18. And if we try and print out the element after that, after 18, well, there isn't an element after that, so it should crash for us. Great. So that's the start of declaring arrays and using them. Now let's look at a more complex program once we've got the array declared to print out the values. So let's start by giving it a proper title. Program array print, we'll say. We'll declare our array and then we'll say for x in range 0 to 8, which means stop at 8. Do print age x. Actually, in is nicer. In for a number. And we'll end for, and we'll end the program. So we'll save this and run it. And then what we get is the elements of the array all printed out. If we want to make this a bit fancier, we could always print inverted commas age, open bracket, print out in here. So hopefully what this should do is print out age element number is equal to whatever value it's equal to. Let's save this and run it. So age 0 is 44, 1 is 23, all the way up to age 7 being 18. Of course, that's just a fancy way of doing the same thing as going print age. Get us the same thing. Let's say we wanted to add 1 to each value in the array age, we could say that each element is assigned that element number plus 1. And then if we print out age, so let's print out age before and print out age afterwards and see the difference. If we save that and run it, each element of the array has had 1 added onto it. I want to add 10 on, save and run. That gives us each element with 10 added on. If we wanted to, let's say, get the average of the values in age, we'd create a new variable called total or accumulator or running total, and we'd just say total gets the value of total plus that element of the array. That'll add them all up, and then we could just print out total divided by the number of elements in the array, which is 8 in this case. So if we save that and run it, what we find is that all the values added up and divided by 8 is 33, so that's the average value. If we wanted to not be hard coding in the 8, because let's say we want to add a new element to the array. If we add a new element to the array, that means we have to change 8. Everywhere we've written down 8, so we can replace 8 with the length of the array age. So this should give us the exact same answer. And if we run it, but we can add a new element on now. Let's say a big massive number. So now the length of the array is 9 instead of 8. And then we get our change of value. So instead of putting 8 here and here, hard coding it in is what we call that by specifying that value. We can allow the program to figure out the length of the array using the len function, which is really great. So that means we can add in values willy-nilly. It doesn't matter how many we add in, the program will figure it out for us. Of course, so far we're only dealing with whole numbers. We could declare a real array as well and put decimal places after each of these. And save and run. And the same thing applies, it'll calculate the average of those values. Let's just print out the array for the moment. So if we save that and run it, and yeah, no need for the for now. Save and run. We can print out the array as well as an array of real numbers. We have other variable types, so we could have characters. So this is an array of character types. And if we save and run that, we see that it's that collection of characters. We can also have an array of strings. Let's say dog, cat, bird. Perfect. And we can also have an array of booleans. So we could have true, true,